Hi again to everyone. And for today, we will be discussing Module 3, Unit 2. But before I proceed with Module 3, Unit 2, I would just like to give a few comments with regard to Unit 1 of Module 3. First, regarding the activities that I have asked you to submit, I am again very impressed with your work. You have shown a lot of creativity in making the comic strip and all the requirements there. And I have seen your creativity not only for the designs that you have done, but also for the approach on how you can develop your weaknesses. Remember, the topic for Unit 1 is on PECs, or Personal Entrepreneurial Competencies. And going over your discussions, I have seen that indeed each one of us is unique. Makikita natin doon sa how I really wish na pwede tayo magkita face to face at makapag-discuss ng mga uh, concerns dun sa topics natin. And doon very obvious, magkakaiba kayo ng strengths, magkakaiba kayo ng weaknesses. Pero yung sinasabi ko ng creativity, you have shown there that you can uh, introduce different approaches on how you can develop your weaknesses. And what is one lesson that we can obtain from that? In real life, we must be willing to learn. Then, we must also be willing to embrace room for improvement in ourselves. Kagaya niyan, nakita natin, iba't iba tayo ng strengths and weaknesses. So, yung strengths, lalong palakasin. Yung weaknesses, palakasin din natin. So that we will become better entrepreneurs. Okay? And a few more announcements. By the way, pag may mga activities uling ganon, I am giving you the liberty to use any technology materials available. So, halimbawa, yung sa paggawa ng infographic, paggawa ng comic strip, kung may mga available na apps, you can use those. You can be creative in using those. I am allowing you to use those materials. And additional announcements, for those who did not yet submit the requirements, you may still submit your work. And for those who did not yet take the midterm exam, you are still allowed to take the midterm exam. The midterm exam is still open for access until tomorrow midnight. For those who were not able to open the link, for those having problems with the link, please send me a message so that we can make arrangements on how we can solve the problem. Okay, so for today, let's now start with Module 3, Unit 2. And in this module, the title is The Entrepreneurial Mind. The topics here will enlighten you on what is entrepreneurial mind and the different attributes that you need to develop in order to cultivate your entrepreneurial mindset. And for this particular unit, you will be having very many activities. And again, our learning outcomes. First, understand the concept of entrepreneurial mind. And two, to develop the entrepreneurial mind. So remember, our subject here is trep. So we are trying to develop our entrepreneurial skills so that at least at the end of this course, we can have a basic background on entrepreneurship. So please remember all the learning outcomes that we have introduced in each unit, in each section that we have discussed. And the first activity for this section. So how independent thinking are you? So the activities that I'll be giving you today are self-assessment activities. So again, these activities, walang tama, walang mali. So I will not judge you with the answers, with the scores that you will be giving. The things that you will answer here, yung mga ibibigay nyong assessment, ibibigay nyong sagot, is based on how you have seen yourself so far dito sa subject natin na to. And again, activity number 1, how independent thinking are you? So you will see here several questions. Actually, there are 2, 4, 7. 7 parts, and each part will have several questions. And dito ma-assess. Yun nga, sabi rito, how independent do you think? And ito yung instruction natin. So think of how you make decisions and form opinions. Then for each item, using a scale from 1 to 5, rate how often the statement is true of you, with 1 being rarely like you and 5 being usually like you. In other words, 1 being the lowest score and 5 being the highest score for the particular item. Again, there are no right and no wrong answers for this. So simply answer the way that best describes how you usually feel and act. So be honest with your answers. And the first section is on openness. So you will find here eight items. I listen, I consider several points of view, I accept partial answers, and so on. So that's for openness. So for each item, answer them ranging from 1 to 5. 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. The second one is on independence. There are 4 questions or 4 items under independence. And then this will be followed by values. We also have 4 items. Then responsibility, followed by assertiveness, followed by religious openness, followed by questioning authority, and then the interpretation. So I will not yet give how you will be interpreting your answers. I want you to work first with those items. I want you to answer them first honestly. Then on Tuesday, I'll be posting how you will be interpreting your answer. So it is expected that before Tuesday or even before Tuesday evening, you have already answered the items. Okay? Anyway, wala namang tama o mali doon. I know you can easily figure out those answers. So siguro ang gawin nyo na lang, I'll be sending the PowerPoint file for this one. You can maybe print the file para doon na lang kayo maglagay ng inyong sagot. That's activity number 1. Activity number 2 now is for growth-oriented mindset assessment. This time, directions. Read each statement below and then check the corresponding box that shows how much you agree with each statement. Again, there are no right or wrong answers. So this time, we would like to assess your growth-oriented mindset. And you will find here 8 statements. So each statement, you will simply check a particular box. So if statement number 1, you strongly agree with this, you check 1. You check the box under strongly agree, having a value 1. Or if you strongly disagree with that, then check 6. So you can now gauge from 1 to 6. So 2 is agree, 3 is mostly agree, 4 is mostly disagree, 5 is disagree, and 6 is strongly disagree. So you will find here 16 items. Okay? So that's activity number 2. Again, I will not yet give how you will be interpreting your results here, so that your values or your answers here will really come from how you assess yourselves. Kasi ayaw kong yung magiging bias yung magiging sagot nyo rito because you already know how things will be interpreted later on. So, para walang bias. And then, activity number 3, this time, ang gusto nating ma-assess dito is yung pagiging goal-oriented ninyo. Same instruction as activity number 2, ganun pa rin. 1 to 6 pa rin yung choices ninyo. And again, there are no right, no wrong answers for this. And under activity number 3, you will be answering 18 items. So, 18 items yung nandito. And then, for activity number 4, you will now be assessing how resilient-minded you are. Okay? Same instruction. Read each statement below and then check the corresponding box that shows how much you agree with each statement. Again, there are no right, no wrong answers. And this time, you will have 16 statements. But if you will look at the choices, nabawasan na ng isa, naging hanggang 5 na lang yung choices natin. Okay? So, you have 4 initial activities for Module 3, Unit 2. So, again, please, before Tuesday evening, I hope that you have already answered all of this. Then, Tuesday evening, I will be sending you the file on how you will be interpreting your results. Also, on Tuesday, I will be sending you the graded activities that you will be submitting under this unit. So for now, I will be leaving you with those activities. So again, if there are questions, please feel free to message me. And once again, I am reminding the announcements that I have given earlier. So for those who did not yet pass their requirements in Module 2, you may still submit your requirements. Remember, you have 4 requirements in that section. And if you did not yet take the midterm exam, you can still take the midterm exam until Monday midnight. Okay, so for those who are having problems in opening the link for the midterm exam, again, please send me a message. So good day to everyone. God bless you. Stay safe. Stay home. Till our next lesson.